Guys, this guy is Zhou Jia, aka Chow Gar Kung Fu. Now, Chow Gar Kung Fu is one of the Kung Fu styles that really can scrap. It's Shaolin based. Some people say it's got some Hung Gar, but my research says it's mostly Southern Shaolin Temple based with Mantis and maybe some Hung Gar. The blue guy, Clinton, he seemed to have traveled to Kanto parts of China to do this tournament. But this Clinton guy is Choy Li Fut. So this is the dream all-star match that I've wanted to see for a very, very long time. Chow Gar, red, versus Choy Li Fut, blue. Both very formidable, if not the most formidable styles of Kung Fu. Okay, look at this. Lots of circular punches, right? And takedowns. Both styles have moves that you would consider hook-like. So, Clinton with a lot of forward pressure. Look at this, punching in the pocket. I love this. I love this. The Zhou Jia guy, the Chow Gar red guy, way bigger. But so far, Clinton, I think, is dominating the fight. Look at this. See, you see the different, very cool Choy Li Fut strikes from blue, right? I would compare some Choy Li Fut strikes to, it's almost like if you combined a slap and a haymaker. That's what some of the strikes are. Nice. That was the perfect jamming of the kick to counter with a punch. That was great. Yeah, so Choy Li Fut got some amazing strikes, if you use them right, that is. So look at this. Look at this. By the way, guys, have you noticed they're in gloves? So anyone that says that Kung Fu can't be done with gloves obviously hasn't sparred enough in gloves, okay? Nothing should magically reduce your ability. Let's just put it that way. I was going to say something worse, like, you guys just get off my channel, the people who still can't fathom that gloves can be done in Kung Fu, but, let's be accepting. So, yeah, see the size difference between the two of them? So, by the way, part of the reason I sidekick, I'm featuring Clinton, is I potentially want to get him on Hurricane X, the next event. So, I want the next event to be the revenge of the Kung Fu guys, because, a little bit of a spoiler, the Kung Fu guys didn't do too well in the previous event we did in Florida. So, I want the Kung Fu guys to show up. I want the Choy Li Fut guys who have a big ego. Not Clinton, okay? I don't know you. I don't know if you have a big ego, but, like, the Choy Li Fut guys know they're formidable, so they got a big ego. But, I still want them to step up, because just because your style has proven itself doesn't mean you as the practitioner have proven yourself, right? So, anyways, shout out Keen, by the way. Keen, Clinton's friend, showed me this. And Keen, I'm going to try to get him in Hurricane X3 also. So we'll have potentially 2 Choy Li Fut representatives, because some Shaolin representatives came for Hurricane X2 and they didn't do too well. One guy did okay. But, yeah, I've been wanting to promote Choy Li Fut since I discovered them and seen how amazing they are. So, I don't know what the corner is saying. They're all speaking in Cantonese. So, shout out Keen, had to help me translate a little bit, because once I know what to look for, I can sort of hear it, because I just have to be like, okay, what would be the tone in Mandarin? But if I don't know what to look for, Cantonese is basically a different language to me. So, a pretty long break, actually. It's a way longer break than if they were fighting in the ring or fighting in the cage, but it's okay. Okay, here we go. I love that it's being held at a mall, right? They put mats down and adjusting the shin pads. Okay, here we go. Notice the Clinton has his Sanda gear, and the Zhou Jia guy, nice leg kick by Zhou Jia guy, has his Kung Fu pants. I love it. Oh, a little bit of some clinch fighting. I just had an amazing matcha, so I'm having a little bit of a matcha hype right now. Look at this. Nope. I like that the Zhou Jia guy got the clinch. He got the crook of his elbow. He was controlling the guy's head, but Clinton's just like, okay, I'll just pepper your body. He had nothing. I don't know if it's because you can't throw knees in this. I get a feeling maybe you can't throw knees. I don't know. You let me know, Clinton, if you see this, what are the rules? I definitely assume no elbows, right? But maybe no knees. Is that why the guy didn't knee you in the clinch? Because he had you locked down pretty well with his, version of a plum. So, pushed him out. Does that count as a point in this type of format? So, uh-oh, dude, that kick was too telegraphed, man, and Clinton took full advantage of it. Yeah, look at cardio, right? Zhou Jia guy is very tired. Ooh, look at that. He even had a moment of flinching. So, you guys let me know, both Choy Li Fut people and Zhou Jia people, like, how much clinch fighting do you guys have? Clinton has his hands down sometimes when charging in, but so far, doesn't seem to matter. Oh, he's got a clinch. Okay, it's broken up. If it's Sanda rules, it's very limited clinch, so could be one of those. Throw a jab, Clinton. Oh, or a sidekick. Sidekick's like the Kung Fu version of a teep, right? So, yeah. Okay, cardio. It's okay. Oh, an attempt at a jump kick by the Zhou Jia guy. Not bad. Yeah, dude, I am so excited to see Clinton. Clinton, interview with me. Send me more footage. I'll feature you more. I'm going to talk to Xavier Santana. Hopefully we can get you and Keen both to represent Kung Fu in the next. You know, we'll do Sanda rules. So Sanda rules, you two both face Muay Thai guys. How about that? I think it'll be a really, really good match. So under Sanda rules, but Choy Li Fut versus Muay Thai. How about that? So the Muay Thai people can't claim full ownership of the rules, and the Kung Fu people can't claim full ownership of the rules. You're both adapting to a rule set, right? So, you guys watching, let me know what you think. And I don't know why the camera person's having a little spasm. Sorry about this. Okay, so Clinton wins this fight. Look at the size difference between the two of them. But Clinton's neck is thicker than the bigger dude. That's how you know Clinton has sparred, right? Anyone that has a thick neck knows, because if they don't have a thick neck, they're going to get too hurt when they spar too much. Why do you think Choy Li Fut isn't more popular in the world? We know it's matched up against Muay Thai even in its past and beaten Muay Thai. Like, why is Choy Li Fut not as popular? Why did it take someone like me who covered martial arts for years, many years, before I found out about it?
Now that I'm back sort of in the Kung Fu community, it's so popular within the Kung Fu and Chinese martial arts community. Even like within like, I guess, our sort of niche martial arts community, people do know about it, but yeah, it hasn't really broken out yet. I do think part of that is sort of the association of it as a Kung Fu style and sort of like a lot of misinterpretation around what that even means. Because like the last like 5 years especially, there's all these like martial arts tier lists and shit, and you know they got Sanda, Kung Fu, Wing Chun, Muay Thai on there, and it's like that's like hella different categories of like tier levels, you know. So I think there's a lot of just misunderstanding around what Kung Fu even is for people with like a more mainstream understanding to hear Choy Li Fut or see it and be like, yes, that is a martial arts style, I think. And then especially with how many forms there are and sort of how different people talk about learning the different forms being like the core of Choy Li Fut. I think a lot of people forget that it's a fighting style. When it comes down to it, like they say that the original Hung Sing Gun was teaching people a couple moves and then having them fight. Learn a Sao Choi and a Bujong, and you start fighting. That's Choy Li Fut. Once more people, and I think a lot of people in like our generation that grew up with MMA are kind of being a little not just more open-minded, but kind of like forced to just accept that maybe it's not worth spending 20 years learning all the forms before we actually step in the ring with someone. I really think it's just this misinterpretation and monolith thing of what Kung Fu even is. I think that's a big aspect of it. And also like the classic traditional martial arts problems, capitalism to language barriers.
The brief clip I featured before Keen was of Marco Tentori. So if you haven't seen that commentary, actually it was like 2 or 3 commentaries, make sure to check those out. And Keen will be back. I told Keen to give Clinton my number, so I will get Clinton on this channel. And stay tuned for Hurricane X number 3. I'm going to call it Revenge of Kung Fu. I'm going to ask Xavier if he agrees with that. He probably won't, but it's going to be my unofficial name for Hurricane X3. So we got a lot more to come, guys. This is probably going to be my last upload unless I get inspired tomorrow for this week. I'm doing 2 chess events this weekend. So if any of you play chess, send me some of your chi virtually so I can do a good double chess event this weekend. Talk to you guys soon. We got a lot more to come. Make Kung Fu great again.